Welcome to Daddy Issuez.
Push nice and hard. You know if your wrist is wore out by the time you get done doing this, you did something right.
This dungeon is gorgeous.
Hello and welcome.
A redhead will stuff you in her trunk and hang you on her wall and fuck you for days. Just saying. It's good times.
I go full trailer park.
Let's go back to the hose.
That's weird.
Ooh, gimme.
Because
Was that hot?
Pardon me.
Dude, okay over there?
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, their sticks are so far up their asses, it's like they're fucking puppets, and you're just...
Oh, fuck. I can't believe you've done this.
Would you be comfortable sharing with us the name of the hotel you stayed in last night?
Well. Look who skipped their meds today. And then it was just like, I should drink less.
I got all these daddy issues.
It's time.
Dude, you sound amazing today.
Fantastic. I think Ben's headset mic is better than my actual nice glowy up mic.
Is it?
And I like using it. I think it sounds better, don't you?
Dude, you sound clear as fuck.
Yeah, so I might just start using this one all the time, even though, I mean, I like my other one because it glows, but just because something's glowy doesn't mean it's better, unfortunately.
You know, we've talked about your mic and how it glows, and that's what I felt like I was missing in my life. I don't know if you can... Hold on, let's see. Can you see my new pop filter? I wanted to be like a cool kid, so I got one.
Very nice. Very professional.
I feel super profesh. Actually, what it is I've owned this for 7 months and never knew how to actually hook it up.
But you just you just attach it to the thingy.
Yeah. I know how fucking easy it is now. But at the time, so I have like a tabletop mic stand rather than the arm, which I want. We've talked about this also. Yeah. And as a result, like, I was like, it's like this tall. Where am I gonna put the... But it worked out.
Yeah. Can we talk about how adorable I look today? I look really adorable today.
You do look really adorable today. And you know, if
I'm having a good makeup day. I'm having a good, I'm feeling good today.
First of all, you're having a good everything week. I saw your nails, so I already know.
How pretty they are.
Yeah, they're really, really pretty. Like, I love them. And I love the colors.
I should have got them. I want them longer, obviously, but it's been so long since I've had my nails done that I wanted to just get used to not snagging them on things and, like, hitting them on things and
getting used
to having them
Yeah.
before I went longer than that because I didn't want to snap one off.
You're like, I need to adult again, so it's gonna happen in stages. Okay, well then I guess it's as good a time as any to be like, you guys should be giving us money. I'm gonna open with that. Why am I opening with that? Because no one ever fucking does. Like, why?
No one opens with it?
Huh?
No one opens with it?
No. Nobody gives us money. I don't care if they open with it or end with it. I could cut that shit up however I want.
I thought it was like because nobody, like other podcasts don't open with that. They all do it at the end. And I was like, they do all do it at the end. They always do it at the end.
Maybe that's where we're going to be different. We're like, we're like a prostitute. Give us your money and then we'll go on the date with you. Because that's the way it's legal. Let's hang out. I'm not that friendly. I could never be a prostitute because I don't want to talk to you and I really don't want to fuck you either.
I don't think I could do it either. Like, I don't know. It's too much. I don't know. It's too much intimacy. I don't want to be intimate with you. You know, I want to hurt you.
So, yeah, you've been doing a lot of reading, like molecular shit at this point. I'm starting to worry what's really, like, I've been involved in BDSM for like half my life, and what you're learning, I didn't know you needed to know, and I for sure know my partners did not know.
I'm doing that myself. And what she's talking about is at the minute I'm doing some courses on anatomy, physiology, things like that. And the reason I'm doing that is because if I'm doing it on a professional level, I want to make sure that everyone can have a good time and no one gets any sort of permanent damage. If somebody comes in and they're a diabetic, I have to take into account, circulation problems they might have, and that's going to affect how long I leave them restrained, what types of restraints I use. What types of, is it okay to use, does this person have a pacemaker? If so, that rules out electrical play. It's
I'm
stuff
sorry.
Like
It's like, he's
you
like,
have
really?
to take it.
Go
Sorry. You have to take shit like that into account, for their safety.
I love how you're like, I want to hurt them, but also live.
Yeah, I want to hurt them in an enjoyable way.
You're
I
like,
want them
that
to
boner
leave.
you want, you'll get to remember. You're not going to die here.
And I genuinely care about submissives. I want them to have a good experience because, man, there's enough abusive dickheads out there. I do not want to be one of them. I take safety, I take discretion, I take all of these things very, very seriously. So, yeah, like you'll never, for example, little things like client numbers or submissives numbers and things like that.
Uh-huh.
None of that's going to be under their actual name.
Okay.
Ain't nobody hacking my shit and getting my list.
Your client list. Nobody's going to Ashley Madison you. Was it Ashley Madison?
No.
It was Ashley Madison, wasn't it, that happened to? Or was it something else? Or
it was Heidi Fleiss it happened to. As well. Heidi Fleiss, the Hollywood madam.
That's what it was. The Hollywood madam. Yes.
Oh, what a gem she is.
What a gem.
But yeah, it's that's one of my my mentor, Mistress Miska. That's like her goal. She wants to one day be a madam.
Oh, nice.
She's like, I'll treat my girls so well. And I was like, see, you're mentoring me and Mistress Severin, so you can get your start with us.
You were like, we'll write a review on Yelp.
I'd rather a killer review on Yelp. Absolutely.
You're like, she will teach you the best. What's like a good term? Insert awesome sex term.
Oh, God.
Yeah, you're the one with all the learning. I just take men's money and insult them. My job is so much fucking easier.
Yeah.
The other day, okay, I have a question for our legal team. Guys, anybody? A guy asked me, more than one guy actually asked me, and this sounded sketchball, so I said no. But rather than making a tribute through one of my preferred apps, they tried being like, here's my credit card number. And I was like, this doesn't feel okay. I was like, nah. I was like, that sounds like fraud. and then they were like, this is where I was really like, They were like, I'll make a video of me giving approval. Listen, if you give that much approval, put it in my name and send it to me. Make me a signer on that hoe. Like,
well, I mean, yeah, like you could argue that in court. Come on.
Well, I mean, the way I look at, what are you gonna do? Be like, Shade Queen has approval to sign on my account? No, bitch, that's not even my name. Like, first of all,
and if somebody brought fraud charges against you for that, that would not hold up in your favor.
Fucking right,
like, well,
exactly.
What made him say it?
Exactly,
He thought it was a game.
Right, and for another thing, I don't think you guys realize that I'm not a dumbass with tits and heels that's just gonna take your money for no reason. I'm taking it because I feel like it. Not because I'm uneducated and don't know what I'm fucking doing. So if you come at me with like a credit card number and you're like, use your own fucking credit card number and send a tribute, bitch.
Yeah. And I mean, even if they were legit, I'm sorry, who's the sub here?
Thank you. I even said that. I was like, listen, but here we need to have a chat about that. Sub manners. Thank you, honey.
You're welcome, darling.
at least we get each other. Because fuck the rest of them. No, it really pisses me off lately. I list out my rules. No one under the age of 18 can contact me, tribute before DM, ever. Don't ever fucking DM me without a tribute, because I'm just gonna get irritated and block you immediately. Because, like, I don't know if you're really just wasting my time. I get tons of messages. I don't want to weed through all of them. I want to know where the money's coming from and start there.
Yeah.
Sorry, Findom, not your girlfriend. I don't fucking care.
Hashtag not your girlfriend.
Hashtag not your girlfriend. I'm really sick of subs telling me which apps they want me to... No, don't tell me shit. If you don't like the way I present my options to you, fucking walk on. Because I'm not changing shit for you. I'm not. This one guy was
set up how I want to have it.
That's it.
End of discussion.
That's it. Do you notice how she just trailed off there? Because there's nothing else that needs to be said. I set it up how I wanted it. The end.
The end. You're here. You're a submissive. You're here to make my life easier. Mm-hmm. Your purpose is to serve me. If you can't handle downloading the apps that I want you to download, then what the fuck use are you? That's the simplest of tasks.
Thank you. And also, anybody who asks me for any article, be it video, photo, like long conversation, earth discussion, flat or round, I'm not going...
round.
Yeah, it is round, guys. Here's spoiler alert. It's round. Why do we have to have that discussion? Y'all can just...
No, everyone lost their mind all of a sudden. And now the world is flat again, and racists are marching, and...
By the way...
Fucking hell.
Before you're all like, you don't know what it's like to be us. Yes, I have been you. Okay? I've been you. I know what it's like to be a dedicated submissive. Be one or don't call yourself one. Please.
Yes.
Thank you.
I got a dick pic today.
Oh, Keebler dick. Let's go.
This dude was like, I want a mistress. I want to be a slave. Okay, fabulous. Are you in the UK?
You're like, I want $4 billion. Go on.
Yeah, because that's my first question. I just messaged back, are you in the UK? He was like, no, ma'am, I'm in the United Arab Emirates. And I was like, okay, I offer online domination at different levels.
Right.
If you want
expert,
total power control 24/7, where I run every aspect of your life from what you eat to what you wear, that's $200 a week.
Man, you're a bargain.
I am. Well, it's online, so
that's true. It's a lot easier to dominate you remotely.
It is, especially with the amount of apps now. Like, I can have subs take pictures of every outfit they own and label them with letters, and just in the morning when they text me their good morning text, because that's a motherfucking requirement too.
Thank you.
I just message back, right, today you're going to wear outfit C with these shoes. You're going to have this for breakfast. You're going to get this kind of coffee. Like, you know, it's so easy to manage now online that I didn't want to charge more than that. And plus, I wanted it to be accessible, because I know it sucks for, like, to be a sub that lives in the middle of fucking nowhere in like a shitty town and they don't have any sort of outlet. I wanted them to be able to afford it too, you know?
She's like the equal opportunity, like, dominatrix.
I'm a dominatrix with compassion.
Do you take food stamps?
When it comes to certain things. No.
This one guy was like, okay, so no, I'm wise to you fuckers. The ones who are like, no, I'd rather buy you something. Fine, buy it. Okay?
My wish list is here.
Yep. Yeah, like, if you want to buy something, once I've received it, we'll talk. Like, here's the thing. On Amazon, you can, I don't know, for any new findoms out there, let me ruin a surprise for you. You can purchase an item or make it appear like you've purchased an item off of someone's wish list, they will think that you have. It looks like you've just done something nice, and your dominatrix for a minute's going to be happy with you. And then she's never going to get her shit, and then you're going to be found out. But by that point, it's all for naught, you know? So just something to be mindful of. Until you get the shit, don't assume it's coming, okay?
Yeah, for real.
Just want to ruin that for everybody. And also for the guys that are doing it, because fuck you. I don't like my time being fucking frittered away by a motherfucker who doesn't want to pay for it. Sorry.
No. So dude's like, oh, I can't afford that because I'm only 17. And I was like, then, okay, well,
You're
good
like,
luck.
why are
I was
you
like,
here?
then you need to find a lifestyle dom.
Yeah.
Not a professional one. You need to find a lifestyle dom that'll, like, be your dom, but that ain't me. And he's like, sends me his dick. I'm like, oh, surely that'll make me lower my prices. You know?
You're like, that just dropped it to... Actually, my price went up just to tolerate you for another minute.
Right. Well, I didn't respond. And then he was like, and he starts calling me mommy. And like, well, you're experienced in online torture, so I'll just be your slave. And I've not responded to any of this.
Right.
Right. So now I'm just like, I wonder how long this kid is going to message me and not get a response before he just moves on.
Well, and let's just talk about, like, what in terms of... We're talking about submanners. So, like, when I think about a submissive, you should be asking me how to serve me. Don't tell me what you do. I'm going to tell you what you do. That's my job. You decide if you like my terms and what I'm saying, and then we go from there. If you don't, you're more than entitled to find someone else that's a better fit for you. But my rules aren't going to change for your ass because I'm not hard up.
Well, yeah, exactly. I mean, there are plenty of femdoms out there of various types. Go find one of them.
Yeah. Well, and it's like, honestly, you don't value me more by me doing what you say. That's not my fucking position.
You know, I'll tell you what pisses me off, because I had this recently. I had a sub who sent me a respectful, like, well-written message on Instagram. Mm-hmm. Message back and forth. He seemed absolutely legit. Mm-hmm. I was like, fantastic. I directed him to the our private email address because I was like, he'd gotten that far. Mm-hmm. I was like, okay. And I was like, okay, email me and we can talk about your kinks, your fetishes, that sort of thing, and see what we can do for you. And he was like, awesome, I'll email when I get home. Kept messaging on me on Instagram. Mm-hmm. And obviously I stopped messaging after that because email.
You've set the terms.
Yeah, email me.
Right.
And he didn't. And that's where he fucked up, because had he emailed me when he said he was going to, he'd be a client.
Right.
But he couldn't follow the simplest of instructions.
Right.
So now he's shown himself to be absolutely shit. And he was doing so well. And it's always disappointing when that happens. It's
like you were going in the right direction.
Yeah.
We had hope for you.
So well. And then you fucked it up.
See, in my world, it's like they try dangling the carrot. They'll be like, well, if you send me a foot picture, I'll send you. No. That's, first of all, I don't send you shit I don't feel like sending you. Secondly, it's not going to be because you asked for it. It's going to be because I feel like it. Also, if you request it, it's just dead ass off the table. Like, dead ass off. You just ruined that for you. In fact, my own personal form of torture will be dangling that carrot over your head. So, two can play at that game. I think there's a misconception about, especially younger submissives right now. They're like, I'm a submissive, I'm going to be your slave. But it's like, when you talk turkey, they don't follow through. I get when I'm done with work, I'll send my tribute. No. Your credit card works right now. And if you're texting me all day at work, you're not that fucking busy. Why can't you just be like, credit card number? There you go. There's a bunch of money.
I mean, yeah, and that's
Which is why I don't talk to you.
Absolutely. Well, that's the thing about subs, right? They will try any little trick they can to get free shit. Any little trick they can.
Yeah.
Anything they can do to keep you responding, that's why at a certain point I just don't respond to them at all. Because you can't. They're
used to that too, it seems like, though. They are used to, like, kind of that in and out. Like, as long as you're giving for free, they're, like, talking back. But if you, like, one was like, listen, I know verification is important, but I'll offer it. You don't decide how it's going to be, where it's going to be, how it's going to be executed.
I've been thinking about just posting a verification video and just pinning it.
That's what I have
on Instagram or Twitter.
Yeah, that's what I have. Because it's like, I'm tired of you telling me shit. Don't tell me shit. If you want to tell me shit, you're not a submissive. You're definitely not going to be a slave. That's another thing we should talk about how they just like install themselves as your slaves when you haven't even chosen them. That's not how this works.
No, it does not work that way. Sorry, I forgot I'd muted it.
Oh, you could hear me?
No, I muted my mic because I was worried about background noise because the car was going past.
Okay.
Absolutely. And this is where proper subs stand apart, though.
Right.
Because they know, they are genuinely interested in serving.
Right.
So they'll read all your shit. They'll read all real rules. And when they message you that first message, they will follow those rules to the letter, That's why so many DOMs have little phrase words and things in their profile where you read like 2 paragraphs down and it'll say, if you contact me, put this in your message. Because they want to make sure
that you read
they've read all of it. Instead of just glancing at the top and then glancing at the bottom and be like, oh, I got the gist of it,
Yeah, surprise, this is an interview, and I'm making sure you're paying attention. It is.
Right?
Because, like, I already know what my job is, and I'm going to do it. And I'm going to do it well. You're going to be happy. So let's not chit-chat about the other shit until you've shown me you have a wallet that I care about, in my case.
Yes.
Like, I don't want to waste my time, which is extremely valuable. And by the way, it isn't just yours. Like I said earlier, I get a ton of messages. So like when I'm getting those messages, I'm looking at who tributed, who sent a tribute first, because whoever sent a tribute is serious. The only other ones I look at, by the way, are the ones that are like, how do I send you a tribute? Those are the only other ones I open. That's it. And if you're going to try and give me the runaround, I'm going to give you the block because I don't have time. Yeah. And honestly, like, the more I get those messages that annoy me, the colder I get. It just makes it harder for other people that are worth a shit.
Yeah.
Because if you're worth a damn, you'll actually, like, message me the proper way. I don't leave anyone in the dark about how to address me or the protocol.
Absolutely.
So if you don't follow it, that's on you.
Yeah. And the thing is that what do you want? If you are a sub and you have this need to serve, what do you expect? Don't you want to fulfill that? What's the point in wasting a bitch's time? Fucking hell, man. Like, I don't have enough people trying to waste my time in a day.
Dude, it's like we've dated. I already know what it's like to have my time wasted. I ain't about that life anymore. I got shit to do.
Right? I mean, and that's the thing. Like, where's the payoff here? Like, even if you get them to talk long enough to you so that you can have a quick wank, fucking, then what?
I love when men are like, can I fantasize about you? I'm like, it's gonna cost you. And they're like, oh, I don't get paid till Friday. I'm like, that sucks for you. Guess you'll hold the balls till then. Or you're gonna go on without me because I don't care if you're getting off right now. I care if you're meeting my expectations because it's not about you before me.
Exactly.
Sorry. Like,
exactly.
And the thing is like, when I had a dom, they were first. Period. That's it.
Yeah. This
so
isn't hard.
This isn't hard.
Difficult.
No. No, I've been you. Let's not act like it's that hard. If you don't really want to be a slave, fine. Peasant,
Don't.
that's fine. Just continue back to your village. It's missing its idiot. I have tea for you, my darling.
Tell me the tea.
So
we were supposed to record on Friday, and I got the worst, most horrific cramps on the planet, and ended up in bed, like curled up in a little ball.
I thought she was gonna die.
Instead,
Like Elvis.
I was
like she was gonna be in a ball, like just like huddled. Yeah, I was not even gonna get to say a proper goodbye. It was gonna be really sad. Just
but I
her-
lived, so
Here she
know.
is.
But
she made it.
She was like, "Oh, I can't wait to record because I've got this massive bit of tea, and I've had 2 days now to be curious about it."
All right.
I
So
need to know the tea. What's up?
I like to talk about periodically how unlucky I am, but people don't believe me. So a few years back, I'm going to give you a little history lesson, people, because I now know this person listens, which makes this delicious. So before I was a podcaster, before I was like a mom, before all of this, before all of this, I was married, and this person was a complete shit wagon. And when we got divorced, like, I didn't know at the time what a shit wagon I was hitched to until it started like trickling out after the fact. Like, that's how good at concealing the shit wagon he was. Okay? So eventually things surfaced, a lot of shit surfaced, and I'm like, fuck, this was like...
Were there bombs?
Well, no, but like the most... Imagine a sociopath and then amplify it to its worst extent.
Right.
And then after finding all of this shit out over time, mind you, this person to the outside world is like the ultimate nice guy. Okay? The ultimate nice guy. Like no one would
never
ever
trust them.
You can't. They're quiet, they're like likable, they're great at their job or whatever. Like they
Just
usually
like every other serial killer.
Thank you. Fucking thank you. There's something wrong with the ones who do it that right. Okay? So this is what happens. We end up being neighbors. We ended up being neighbors at post-divorce, I swear this happened. We ended up being neighbors. I could literally see into his window to my old shit, like into their house. God. Yeah, from my window. So that was awkward. And then, like, this is how I found out, everybody. Like, oh my God, that dog looks exactly like my ex's dog. And then I looked up, and my ex was walking the fucking dog.
Oh my God.
And that's really how I learned that I had just moved into a place my ex lived.
Oh, Jesus.
And not only that, but how close we lived. Like, I could see into their shit. So that got awkward. And I had just signed a year lease, so yay. But
that's why I always rented apartments in the fucking ghetto, month by month, motherfucker. I don't want any
but keep in mind,
commitments.
Keep in mind, now at the time, I had just learned all of this, like, a massive pile of shit in the shit wagon existed that I didn't know, all right? So I was, like, sitting there, like, with all this new knowledge, and now I've seen it. Because, like, we had been separated for a year or more. I'm going to have to cut this up because some of it's rambling, but still. I have to really give you background because that will fill in the blanks. So then, like, they end up moving out. Now, what I didn't tell you is the person he was living with was his mistress. All the way through the divorce, never knows he's even seeing anyone. Okay?
Wow.
Mm-hmm. That's all right, though, because karma's a bitch. Guess who I found out from? His boyfriend. Motherfucker's a bisexual. Like me.
So he's cheating on the mistress
Yep.
with the boyfriend. Right, okay,
For sure
right.
was on both of us with a dude, and he's the bottom. Yay. You know, sometimes you don't need to be that petty. Like, I move forward, shit goes forward. I don't know. Do you feel like other people get hung up on their exes like for an undetermined amount of time and they just don't say it?
Yeah.
How often do
Yeah.
you think that happens with dudes getting hung up on women?
More often than the other way around.
Really?
Yeah, I do. Yeah, like, guys, my experience, anyway, which is all I can go by.
Right.
Guys get so, like, once they're emotionally invested, it's ridiculous. Women, it's like they cry and they fucking everything sucks for a while and then they get over it. Whereas guys will go out and party ass for like the first week or two with their boys and they'll be like, yeah, blah, blah. But then, you know, their boys are like, it's been a couple of weeks. They're fine. And as soon as they're not doing that, they just fall apart and start calling and texting and emailing and just, oh, God.
Okay, a listener wrote in. Sorry, he's been he's shifted into a bombshell over like we were talking last time about relationship bombshells, like things that people could say to you. And a listener actually responded, was like, well, I got one of those this week. He went about
This week even. Bless him.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I guess it was last week because it's been a week now. But 2 weeks ago, this thing happened. Yeah, so, like, I guess a couple weeks ago, he was in the process of breaking up with someone, and they hit him with, I'm pregnant. Now...
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Now, first of all, first reaction to that, I'm always like, I need to see you
I'm
pee
always
on
like,
a
is
stick.
she, though?
Yeah, I need to
Are
see.
you, though?
Because, like,
No.
here's the thing. I've seen how shady women are. And what if her pregnant friend pissed on that stick, which you probably haven't even seen, by the way. I'm just making that
have
assumption.
you even seen the stick?
So here's the interesting shit. So the plot thickens. So I guess he asked her for proof. No, you're either in this and with me and you're going to have this baby with me, or you're just going to pay for it. I don't think it works that way.
Call her bluff. Be like, okay, I'll just pay for it then.
Right. And that's basically, I mean, that's exactly the position you should be in, because you don't even know if that child is yours till you've got a paternity test, which she can't get done until the baby is born.
Yeah. She'll be like, all right, well, you call me whenever
in
the
9
baby's
months.
born. We'll get a paternity test, and then I'll pay whatever.
Yeah, because, like, listen, I don't think it's a shitty thing for a guy to say that. Be like, I'm gonna make sure it's mine, and then I'll reimburse you or whatever.
Dude, no, I think it's fucking necessary for a guy to do that. Unless, obviously in this situation. Like, if you're been in it, like...
It would be different if you were all...
girl for years, and you've both been monogamous, and you're married, and it's all romantic.
And she's doing some weird shit, like saying, like, she doesn't want him to go with her to the doctor, but he can go if he pays for everything. So, it's like, I don't even know if she's pregnant, is the thing.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I don't know if she's pregnant. And then, speaking to shady women, if you're throwing out, I'm pregnant, and you're not, you're an asshole. Fuck you. Don't listen to this show. Seriously, don't listen to this show.
That ain't gonna make him love you, girl.
No, it's not.
Gonna make him...
Here's the thing. Guys are actually more likely to stick around if you don't trap them. Shocker. You know, they don't like that feeling.
And it's not a fucking trap. I think men should have the right to, like, get I don't know, sign something or something that sign away their parental responsibilities and just have absolutely nothing to do with the kid, the mom. They don't have to pay child support, none of it. They should be able to just be like, no. Because
here's the thing. Women do fucked up things. Like, I don't know if you poked holes in the condoms. Like, I don't know. Did you take your birth control? I don't know. Am I watching you take your birth control? No, I'm not. So I don't know if you're taking it.
I've always taken birth control in front of my partners.
Oh, really? That's interesting. I actually have never had to do that, but I've also never missed a pill. And all of my partners have always known that about me.
I think it's just because of the time I take it. Because I usually take all of my shit in the evening when you're like just chilling out together anyway.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because I never fucking remember to take anything in the morning. In the morning, I wake up and I'm just like, ugh.
I have a
Christ,
similar system.
morning.
Mine's I don't even have it for the same reason, but like mine's a morning system. I'm like, all right, I've had my coffee. It's time for my pill. You know, it's like game time, so that game time can actually happen one day. You know, I'm ready for whenever. But I don't know. I also have a problem with, and this doesn't just apply to submissives or women, just don't defraud your partner. Like, if you're not being straight
This
with where
shouldn't
you
have
are.
to be said.
Yeah.
This shouldn't even have
But
to
it
be
does.
said.
It does.
It's like that old internet saying, you know, when someone shows you who they are, believe them.
I say that all the time.
It's true, though.
This year
It is
has
so
been.
true.
Seriously, this is a brand new year. We're only into February, and I have made a purge to my phone, my friend list, or who am I gonna blow off now? Because
Yep.
I'll be real with you, when I lost my best friend, I looked around and I was like, who fucking gave a shit?
Right?
Who gave a shit? Who reached out? If your name wasn't on that list, fuck off.
Yeah.
Because literally, you don't know me without that side of me. Like, that's
Yeah.
how long that was a fixture in my life. So if you can't reach out here's the thing about me, and everyone knows this, you know this about me. If you reach out, I'll reach back. Always.
Absolutely.
Always. Even if I'm really busy, like, I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I sound like a fucking voicemail. I'll get back to... I'm also an old person, though, so, like, I will pass out at 9 o'clock. I'm out. But I'm up at dawn, like, before birds are awake. I'm like...
Yeah, it's weird when I message you and I know it's early as fuck over there, and you're
like
like,
4
hey, how's it
a.m.
going? And I'm like, why are you awake?
Yeah, it's like 4 a.m. and she's messaging me. 4 a.m. my time, not her time. Her time, it's like daytime.
It'll be like
9 a.m.
10 in the morning, yeah.
Yeah. Bye, world love. I also want to talk about manners from dominance because, like, I feel like there has to be a camaraderie here that is missing. Like, why do we all have to act like bulls in a china shop together? Can't we all just get along? I like what you three are doing, by the way.
Oh, thank you.
I really
Thank
do.
you.
I think I like the fact that you're working cohesively and as a team and still have your individual personalities, and that's not at risk at all. But
Absolutely.
I feel like there is like a lost sisterhood. You know, like we aren't even friends. Like, most women aren't friends anymore.
Yeah.
They're trying to like one up each other or fuck each other's husbands, or I don't get it, but like I'm figuring it out and I don't fit in.
I'm noticing with certain groups of femdoms on Twitter and sex workers on Twitter that there's becoming a sisterhood there. There's becoming a thing about, you know, you retweet everybody, you retweet everyone's stuff, you give mentions to everybody. I've seen a lot of accounts that are just, they'll do it daily, you know, other doms, other sex workers to follow, you know, and really trying to promote each other's stuff. And it's nice to see that. Obviously not everyone's on board yet, but I'm seeing it more and more and more, and it gives me a lot of hope. But I'm not seeing it in the vanilla world. In the vanilla world, I'm seeing a lot of the whole, if I shit on other women with you, will you respect me then? Type of women. You know?
Okay. I can empathize with you on that for a second, because this is a completely vanilla situation even. On a post, I never go on Facebook. This is why.
At least you're doing it out of your own decision instead of being banned constantly. I am still banned, by the way.
No, listen, okay? You get so many brownie points from me. Every time a Zuck tells you to fuck off, inside my heart goes, and she just got wings. like, seriously, I fucking hate you, Mark Zuckerberg. I hope that you hear this. I know your nerdy ass, like, has no fucking else. You don't have shit else to do. You like anime porn. I know, because I sent it
It's
to him.
called hentai, and it's a legitimate art form.
You know what? I'm fine with him liking it because I sent it to him and it got my Facebook account back, so I won.
Did it really?
Yeah, no,
Man,
that's
so if I send him some hentai, he'll unban me.
well. I think he was just realizing that I wasn't ever gonna go away. Is really what it was. I think that's really what the breaking point was. Like, upon reflection, it may not have been the hentai itself, but that was the email that never got responded to and my account came back. So, like, you guys be the judge.
That makes me way happier than it rightfully should.
Dude, you know what? He's a fucking cocksucker. But back to the point. I was on his stupid homeland, and I'm selling something right now, something very precious to me, and I don't want to sell it. And this bitch was like, well, why are you selling it then? I was like, because first of all, thank you for throwing salt in the wound, cunt. But secondly, we don't always get to keep the things that we love. Sometimes we're put through divorce or financial situations we can't control, or we have bigger priorities, or there's a million reasons you sell things that you care about.
Absolutely.
And
I'll never forget when I sold my ex. No, I'm just kidding.
You're like, I sold his ass over and over. Great return. But seriously, like, why? I only see women ruthlessly attack women, unless, by the way, you're a beta male. Masquerading as an alpha male, in which case then you get petty as fuck, because I've seen you guys out there too. You exist. You're a real thing.
The men going their own way.
Dude.
But all they do is bitch about women.
I've seen men who act like they're defending women say the most, like...
Oh, you're not talking about the nice guys. You're talking about the woke guys that are like, oh, I'm a feminist. Can I see your tits?
That one. That's the one. That's the same one. Yes. In fact, I'm glad that you...
The woke bros.
The woke bro. You know, nobody gives a fuck if you're woke. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Nobody fucking cares. You know why? Because we don't need your input. I've got my own input.
And you know what? I think that's a really good point, because realistically, you know, you're wanting a fucking cookie or something.
Yeah.
Because you managed to live your life not discriminating against people.
Good job.
Fuck.
Congratulations.
You think we should congratulate you? Give you a fucking award? Hey, this white guy over here is not racist. Somebody call the news. You know,
poor Liam Neeson is getting the shit right now. By the way, I don't know the whole story, so I'm going to give you my Reader's Digest impression of this. If someone admits to formally being racist and being like, listen, I used to say shit that I'm not proud of, and I didn't realize at the time it was as fucked up as it was, I'm going to be like, thank you for saying that out loud.
Absolutely.
And instead, Hollywood was like, fuck him. Everybody hates his movies now.
I had a friend in Grimsby, and he was, at one point when he was younger, a skinhead, and he's got Nazi tattoos and stuff still on him, and he's slowly working to cover those up. And he put a lot of work in to getting out of that, and he talked to me about it very openly, and was just like, you know, I was a young kid and I was really bullied at school a lot. And then this group of guys came and they took up for me, and nobody had really given a shit about me before. And you just get sucked into that world because you want that camaraderie and you want that sense of family. And I didn't have that. And he analyzed it and he got out of it. And he's not at all racist or anything like that now. Yeah. But it took a lot of work. And I have a lot of respect for anybody that can come from a place like that.
Well, and
he's brainwashing.
Yeah, and honestly,
it, you know?
Like I'm gonna tip my hat to anybody who says out loud, I am/was racist. Here's why. If you're saying it out loud, you already know you're gonna get fucking slammed for it. And if you're trying to do something about it, good for you.
Yeah.
Good for you.
The whole Liam Neeson thing. I've not been catching up with that because I've been so wrapped up in y'all's political stuff.
That's why I'm saying, like, I don't know the finer details of it, but like the readers.
I think the problem wasn't that he said he wanted to shoot this rapist. He said he wanted to shoot a black guy. Just any black guy is how everyone took it. And it's like, yo, what was that all about? But again, I've not been following it. That's just from like the little snippets and articles and stuff that I've seen floating around online. But I've been so wrapped up in all the stuff going on politically that I've not looked into it. So I have no fucking idea.
Honestly, politically, we're fucked. We knew this. We're still fucked. We're super extra fucked. And honestly, I still haven't even gotten my tax return from last year. It's never gonna happen. So I don't give a fuck.
I think things are starting to look up for you guys, you know.
Really?
But we'll see how it goes.
Why is it looking up?
I think that a lot of the investigations that are going on are really heating up. And honestly, the midterm elections, I was so impressed at all the young, new faces there.
You're like, I love all the fresh faces here today.
I do, because like...
I love
it. It just shows that the American people are just kind of done with the same old white fucking rich people running shit. And so they're not voting for them anymore. They're coming out in the midterms and they're coming out for Senate elections and things. And that's great. You know, that's a good start.
I did say that there was...
need to keep doing it.
Yeah, I did say that there was a shift happening. And I've been feeling that for a while. I just didn't know what it was going to take. And I didn't know how bad it was going to be, you know?
Yeah.
Because you never know how bad it's going to get until it's there and you're like, wow, we're really in this shit now. We're here now.
Yeah. Now it's like, okay, which way is it going to go? It's either going to go straight to fucking hell or you're going to get a whole new like generation of politicians into office that are going to actually change things in that country.
Well, and that's essentially what I said we need.
Exciting.
Yeah, I said we need to like clean house and start over. If we start like with babies and move on, we'll have new ideas.
Man, you know what that means?
What?
That means you're going to start getting Gen Xers into office. Oh, fuck yeah.
That's kind of crazy to think about. But yeah, like that's true.
That'd be amazing.
It's true. So, what were you gonna say?
No, I'm not falling over. I was just setting my ashtray down.
Jesus, I was like, is she dead?
If I ever die when we're recording, I want you to promise it in.
Wait, promise what?
To leave it in.
Oh yeah, I definitely would.
Don't edit it out.
And then I'll be like, I'll do your eulogy in the same track. I'll just be like, well, we have to switch gears, ladies and gentlemen. She just had a fucking Elvis moment. She's sitting on her throne and she's never getting up. I'm all over the place today. It's I had espresso and then I had coffee. Mistake.
I think we both just have too much energy.
We have a lot of energy. I said that at like 5 a.m. this morning. You were like, I was like, can you record? It was like dawn. Okay, so we have a book recommendation for you guys.
We do.
For you noobs out there. My wife found this, and I want her to tell you about it.
It's called The Professional Dominatrix Handbook, a guide for fledgling femdoms. And I have no idea who the author is because I bought this book. And I read it and I thought it was really good. And so I lent it to Mistress Severin to borrow. So she has it. And when I looked it up on Amazon to find the author's name under my order, it's not on here.
Dude, you know the crazy thing is when you send me that link, or when you sent me the link, it didn't have the I pulled it up and it doesn't have it either.
It doesn't have the author's name on it at
That's
all.
so good you don't even know her name.
But that is oh no. I found the author's name.
What's the name? Give me the name.
Blonde Goddess.
Blonde Goddess. She
Yeah,
sounds
Blonde
hot.
Goddess. Illustrations by Innocent Secrets.
Damn.
And it is independently published.
Oh.
But it is one of the only dom books I could find, femdom books I could find, geared toward professional dominatrixes. So I bought it and I read it, and I absolutely want to recommend it to any professionals out there because it covers a lot of stuff that you don't think about, like screening your texts and phone calls and how to name people in your phone and like how to steer a conversation so that you're not wasting your time, which is incredibly important.
Yeah, that's
when
really,
dealing
really
with
important.
subs.
Yeah, it is. It's very important.
Yeah, so there's a lot of tips there for anybody that's considering going pro. So
If you want to go pro, go with this book.
yeah, 4 out of 5 stars. Are we doing stars?
Yeah, sure. Let's do stars. That sounds good.
Should we do something kinky like
4 out of 5 spanks.
4 out of 5 spanks. 4 out of 5 spanks. I'd give it 5 out of 5 spanks, but I'm not going to because I'm so new in the business that I feel like anything, like any wisdom that I would gain later on, that I'd look back on this book and say, oh, that actually wasn't good advice, or oh, she probably should have mentioned that. I don't know yet. So I'm reserving it.
Yeah, you're like, before I decide how much I'm going to judge this, I need more time.
I need more experience, So get back to me in like 2 to 3 years for a follow-up review.
You're like, we'll have an update in 4 seasons. Thank you.
All right.
So
it was really good. It was really good for somebody getting into the business side of things. I thought it was fantastic.
Well, and you have to do crazy things for this business. I think it's an important step to always make sure you look good, especially in our line of work, as much as you can. Like, look the part, basically.
Yeah.
I think that's important. The other thing I think that is important is being competent with your subs and making sure you know their lines and shit. Like, some people don't seem to ask all of that shit. Even if you're a findom, you should still ask what someone's limits are. Why aren't you asking?
Yeah, that's really important. Actually, you know what? I've got a second book recommendation too.
Ooh, gimme.
Because
Was that hot? You paused. You were like,
I know, that's because I have got a Kindle malfunction happening right now.
Oh, I hate that life.
Right. Give me a second.
Okay.
I have to look it up.
In the meantime, while we're talking about primping, I heard about a new facial and I want to tell you about it.
Oh, go on then.
So it's called a vampire facial. And whatever you're thinking is probably not far from the truth. Use blood, your own blood. They suck it out of you and they basically blend out the platelets and replace them to your face. And to this, I have to say, why? Like, are you so obsessed with changing the look of your face that you have to inject your own blood back into it? It's already there. Like, I understand you're just whittling it down to the platelets and the good shit and fine, but this is still weird as fuck. And also, I would think it would hurt because, like, they use a lot of little needles to, like, inflate your face, I guess.
Reinflate it.
I mean, I don't think you really deflate your face, but like they take your blood before. No, this is a real thing. They like take a pint of blood before they do your facial, and then they whittle it down to the platelets, and they use that shit and they inject it back in your face. And it's supposed to make you look younger and shit.
I mean, that's.
I'm for sure assuming right away that you look like straight dog shit right after though. Like you just got trampled by a wildebeest. Because there's no way that you get blood injected back into your face and then you don't look like someone beat the fuck out of you. There's just no way.
Right? That's what I was thinking. It was just like, so you're paying to be bruised. Sort of.
Well, okay, over time, like it's supposed to like restore youth to your face. It's supposed to. I don't know. Why don't we just call it what it is? Like, Elizabeth Battery. Like, let's...
Right?
Yeah.
That is full on Elizabeth Battery.
Yeah, like, why don't we find the virgins next? It's weird what you're doing.
Right? I have found it, by the way.
Okay, what is it? What's the second book?
Second book recommendation is called In the Flesh, The Dominant's Guide to Making BDSM Work, and it is by Master M. Hatter, who is a sweet sweetheart. And it is geared more towards the lifestyle dominance, but if domination is your thing, if you feel drawn to that side of things, I highly recommend it because it's very user-friendly and it's well-informed. You can definitely tell somebody that has spent a long time in the scene wrote this book. And it covers a lot of aspects that I didn't even think about. So, yeah, that one I'm giving 5 out of 5 spanks.
I can hear them. I almost hear them coming.
Well, it was. I'm giving it 5, honestly, because there were a couple of points in there that like if we were having the conversation, if the author and I were having the conversation, I'd be like, yeah, but what about this? Yeah, but what about this? But absolutely clearly saw his point of view. Oh. And it was presented in a way that made me think of my own arguments, but also question them. Okay.
Okay.
So I found it a good read.
Okay. I like that. We're going to recommend some like light reading for you heavy hitters. if you like spanking, flogging, etc., then stay tuned. We're with you. I also, one of our listeners told me about what I hope was supposed to be a funny Vajazzling accident. And a listener wrote in, I'm sorry I didn't save your screen name, but I thought this was adorable. So, for Valentine's Day, which they had to celebrate a week early because I guess he's going to be out of town. For Valentine's Day, they made a plan, they're going away, yada, yada, yada. This already happened, by the way. So I already know how this ends. So she was like trying to spice shit up. And I thought, good on you, girl, for giving a hell. Like, I'm so proud of you. I don't. Like, if you don't like how it's presented as it is, the way I present it to you, like, I'm not saying it's like natural forest down there. But, like, if you don't like it in its condition, don't fuck with me. It's fine. You won't catch me vajazzling. But this chick went and got vajazzled, which is, for those of you who don't know, this is a service you can do. It's where you basically frame out your lady bits with, I guess, rhinestones mostly, like different colored rhinestones. Yeah, like bling out your vajayjay. So she got this done. I guess it's supposed to like last for a couple of days. And
that wouldn't last through one fuck session.
Well, we learned that, and here's how we learned that. So she was like, fast forward, this is a warning to all women. And I was like, uh-oh. So this is what happens. They go on their romantic weekend. She admits that she went, she was like not taking a shower because she didn't want it to like wash off or whatever, but they went to the pool and she laid out. So she's like, I probably sweated a little bit. I was probably sweating a little bit, whatever. Then they go to bring it on home, right? They go up to their room, and what she doesn't realize is they've been kind of relocated, and some of them are like already up in there.
Oh, no way.
And he comes in to sink the submarine and ends up with
submarine.
Yeah, well, I mean, I can't get too fancy with the language the kids are doing these days. So he goes to sink his sub in her port, and it turns out that he got the rhinestones in his dick, like in the dick hole.
Oh no!
And then they had to go to the ER.
Oh no!
And then apparently also she had to get checked out because he had lodged one of those motherfuckers in there. So well done, both of you. Like, ow!
Oh my god! How'd they get him out?
First of all, hers, I guess, just took like a long speculum or some shit. But they had to like flush his urethra.
Oh god, that sounds so painful.
Yeah, it does.
That sounds so fucking painful.
Yeah, it does. Every guy right now is going, oh, like, for good reason. That shit sounds painful as fuck. And that is what will happen if you vajazzle. So I hope they sue. I really hope they sue.
Oh
if they
my
don't
God.
sue, they lost in life.
So they didn't warn them, hey, this could happen, or
So they told her that if she, like, bathed, they would come off, or it would loosen the stones, or lessen the time that they stayed on. So she didn't do that, but she didn't know by sweating and, like, laying out it was going to be the problem it turned out to be. So, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I bet even if she hadn't have laid out and sweated. Okay, I'm back. Sorry.
What were you saying?
But yeah, like, anyway, I don't even think that, like, even if she hadn't have laid out and sweated a little bit while she was laying out beforehand,
Yeah.
just the act of sex itself, she would start to sweat and the friction would rub them off, and this exact same thing would fucking happen. So, like,
I have
You
a
know.
more technical question. First of all, where was the location of these rhinestones in relation to your lips? Like, was it like when you walk into Barnum and Bailey Circus, like the drapes are there and like brrr, all the way up and down? Or was it like on your like pubic area and those motherfuckers rolled downtown and came into your area and basically pillaged the village? Like, I mean, tiny little
my head-
things.
in my head when you were describing it, I was like thinking pubic area.
That's kind of what I think is
You know?
normal, but like for this to be so severe, it's like, what kind of, first of all, bravo on the sex you must be having to get it from pubic area to like, dude, he must have like flung her up like a basketball on his finger and then be like, all right, come on back down.
No, man. Come on, girl. You know better than that. Think about this.
I love
Think
how you're
about
about to go logistical on this. Go on.
Think about places throughout your sexual history that your hair has ended up.
Oh, let's not.
And that's
Let's
on your
not.
head. And that's on your head. So like a little jewel that's like already kind of in the area. Yeah, I could totally see it. I could
Women
totally
are-
see it moving down.
Women right now are looking at my hair color online and they're going to check their husband's coats. Like, what? What's going on here? What is it?
No, honestly, like seriously, who has not had a hair end up in like their ass or their like? I mean, it ends up places, and that's just your hair.
Yeah, unrequited hair. It happens. And sometimes, like, you don't even see that, like, shit until, like, days later. You're like, ooh, wow. Like, you
Yeah.
just keep pulling that long-ass hair out. Wow. I can't really believe I went in that personal of a direction. But anyway, I feel such pain for them both physically and emotionally because, like, I would be gun shy to fuck after that, be honest with you. Like, after I've had,
It'd
like...
be so scary, wouldn't it?
Yeah, like, because, like, now he's had an impact injury to his peni, and you're sitting there, like, my Vagazzle basically almost ate him and killed him, and, like, you'd have, like, guilt sex for a while. I'm just playing this out in my mind. Like, to me, it would have just caused a complex. I don't want to fuck you after I Vagazzle fucked you. Which is why you should never Vagazzle.
I mean, it's scary.
It's scary.
Vajazzling. Like I would rather get loads of piercings in that area than Vajazzle.
Dude, that is fucking crazy to me. If you get a piercing down there, it's like something for someone to just... I don't trust anybody that much. I had a really bad experience early on where someone like scared me off of oral for a while, like that bad. They were like using me like a chew toy and not a good way. And it was like, whoa, I need that later. I'm gonna need all of that tomorrow, please.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you're new,
You have been with some weird ass people.
I was with guys that weren't really just straight, apparently. Like, that was the thing. I didn't realize that they didn't understand what they were doing. Dude, I'll never make that mistake again. First of all, I have a new gold standard, and it's a great rule. I think every woman should have this rule. Straight, bisexual, what have you. If you can't replace the best lesbian lay I've ever had, we aren't going to date very long. It's just not going to work. If your tongue doesn't make me forget about Sharon or, Star, I would never fuck someone named Star.
Sharon from HR.
I don't know. She might be a really great lay. What if she's a redhead? You never know. A redhead will stuff you in her trunk and hang you on her wall and fuck you for days. Just saying. It's good times. It's just good memories. Dude, my ex had a machete and she killed a fucking spider with it and left it in the wall. And I was like, babe. And she's like, no, it's there to warn the others.
I love her.
Right? Me too. We still talk. She's cool.
You should have her on the show.
I would have her on the show, but she is not technically sound enough to join us. I really wish I could, but she just is not. I can't even get her on the phone. She keeps her shit disconnected more than it's connected. Why? She doesn't even know. It's just like who she is. Like, it's not even a fucking funds issue. It isn't. It never was. Like, she always has enough money to pay a phone bill or to have the Wi-Fi of her dreams, but does she? No.
The
No,
Wi-Fi of her dreams.
Dude, that's how you get me wet, okay? If your download speeds are over 291, I'm like, oh, come over here. Let's Netflix and fuck. Like, something is mentally wrong with me. And the real way to my heart is like, it's still ID and ice cream. If you like ice cream and the ID network, we are going to get along fine. Also, I need some fin subs to start bankrolling some other things I have working. Are you okay?
Can dogs eat dried apricots?
I would not give the dog an apricot. It could be toxic. Actually, I think apricots are one of the obscure things that are toxic to dogs in large quantities.
Are they?
In large quantities. I'm going to Google that right now. I'm not entirely sure. I know grapes can be toxic. Avocado pits are highly toxic, actually. And
I know they can't have like garlic and they can't have onions.
Yeah, like it's like fuck. Apricot.
And they can't have any nuts except peanuts. They can totally have peanuts.
Yeah,
but no other
someone
nuts.
asked me about that. They were like, "Are peanuts okay?" I'm like, "Peanut butter is fine, Dirk."
Sorry, I know I went off topic completely, but he was looking at me like he really wanted one of these, and I was like, I don't know if I should give it to him or not.
Let's see. Says you need to remove the seed, but they're safe. And it says you shouldn't let them overindulge in them. I like that word. Overindulge. Don't let your dog overindulge.
Why?
If you're giving your dog apricots, they're
Don't have an
overindulged.
apricot. You want one? Here, have it.
Your dog is so bougie. I can't even talk. My dog had a guava pastry of his own.
Oh,
I love my dog.
He doesn't want it. He's like sniffing it. But
He's like,
just like, eh.
I don't like your white people food.
Yeah.
Okay, so
You like potato salad.
have you, by the way, I'm running into this problem and I feel like you might have some suggestions, and this is a real thing. This is not just for me, this is also for our listeners, because I know you guys like weird shit if you listen to us.
Nom, nom, nom.
I'm gonna take a hit before we get back into this, but you look so happy. These CO2 cartridges are no fucking joke. Jesus. Holy fuck. It, like, bashes my eyeballs. Jesus.
Oh, R.I.P. your eyeballs.
Yep, bye eyeballs. I don't need you no more. I see you with my mind.
We should probably focus on the listeners.
We should. And actually, now you guys should be following our Instagrams. If you follow mine, then you will already be following hers because I give her shout outs throughout the week whenever she posts shit. But at Shade Queen 2019, and how can they find you?
Legion After Dark.
Okay, cool.
At Legion After Dark. My name on there says Lady M Swan, but the account is still got the same @ so it's easier for people to find me.
Yeah. So do that. She's got an awesome page. I love her page. I just scroll through and smile and grin. But yeah, so check out her page. But right before we were recording, I asked the listeners if they had any questions. As someone had a question. And
I love a question.
She is fine with me identifying her as a her and only a her. She does not want to be identified otherwise. And her question was the following.
Right.
What do we, you and I, not just women in general, what do we think the best butt plug for someone who has used one before is? Like, what the best medium is? She gave examples like latex, glass, things like that. Because she's like, there are different types of forms.
Personally, I am a big fan of glass.
So
And if I can't get a good glass one, stainless steel. But I'm a big fan of glass because it's easy to clean and it's not porous, so you don't have to worry about underlying residue in there. And you can also use it for temperature play. You can put it in the refrigerator for a little while and make it cold if you want. You can put it in some hot water and make it warm, so it gives a bit more versatility in how you play with it, Although I will say I have not gotten the opportunity to use one of the E-stem electro butt plug. So I don't know if they're better or not, but as soon as I'm able to experiment with one, I might be changing my tune.
I'm kind of on the fence because I gravitate towards glass just for like how you can keep it clean. Like
it is the cleanest way to go. You know,
like I'm
You
in
can
it to win it
sterilize
anyway.
much easier.
Yeah, let's do this. Also, they're prettier.
They are. They are.
They
I
look
love
like
the ones
little
with
unicorns.
jewels in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw a
They're
meme that was
aesthetic.
like, there was a meme that I saw the other day. It was like, my boyfriend never buys my ass jewelry. And then it has like a photo underneath with just like 3 different colored butt plugs with different like colored rhinestones. I was like, okay. But yeah, I think for me it's glass. I'm gonna go with glass.
Yeah, I like glass dildos for the same reason. They are easy to clean, and you can use them for temperature play, which is always added excitement.
See, I keep my palace like completely sacred. Only vibrators. I don't even use dildos. Like not even vibrators with dildos attached. I don't know. I'm just literally just the vibrator.
Oh, I use my Lilo Swat wand. If I'm on my own, that's all I use.
That isn't strong enough for me. We had this conversation last year. It let me down.
Yeah. Which let me down. It let me down that it let you down.
It was a huge letdown, a giant vaginal letdown.
Right. We should email them and be like, yo, how come hers is way stronger than mine?
I still am within my warranty, actually. I could probably send that shit back. But what am I going to say? It's not as strong as it's supposed to be? Because I don't know how strong it's supposed to be. I just know it's not as strong as my other one.
If it's not strong enough, you need full power. Just get a Hitachi.
See, that's what I had.
Classics.
That's what I had, and that shit brought it home. Broke
Hitachi
it.
didn't fuck around.
Yeah, but I broke it. It took like a solid 8 years, but I finally broke it.
I was fixing to say they last though. It's a worthwhile investment.
Yeah, I fucked the shit out of that thing.
Yeah. Whereas,
So-
like, if you get, like, a fucking rabbit, I could break one of those in, like, 6 months.
Oh, it won't even take me that long. They won't even make it that long with me. Like 2 months of hard work.
And with
In the
any
hole.
sort of with any sort of insertable, going back to the butt plugs, I want to just stress it is so important to just pay the extra and get a quality one. Because if you get like the jelly kind, just fucking straight up avoid those. Any that are made in China, because they don't have to declare, like the stuff they're allowed to use in their materials is not allowed in other places for a reason, because it biodegrades quicker and it's usually porous. Usually it can hold on to bacteria for longer. So just be aware of that. If you're going to get a butt plug, either get
Stainless
metal,
steel or glass.
Yeah.
Gold is porous, actually.
Gold is porous. Gold
wouldn't work. You fancy bitches can't get it. What about platinum? Is that porous?
I don't know. Get titanium so you can fucking hit it with a tank and it still won't break.
Dude, that sounds hot.
An indestructible butt
That'd
plug.
be worth it. Just to be like,
Totally worth it.
my ass plug is titanium. No one will ever destroy this ass like this does. Yeah, so thank you. Shout out to Anonymous Her. We love you.
We love you. Thank you for your question.
I really love when people write in because it's like, you guys give a shit. Yay.
I know.
Yay.
It makes
I
me
love
so
when
happy.
people listen too. I found out that people still think we're adorable. Yay. But
Aw.
I really am glad that we're a little bit more focused. In fact, speaking of staying focused, we need to get to some kink in the news.
Oh, I've got so much kink in the news for you.
So much kink.
You want kink in the news? God damn it, I brought kink in the news.
She's like, get choked, get flogged. She's like, I'm bringing it all.
Okay, do you remember last kink in the news? And I was telling you about all the different hotels that are teaching the whole spot a sex worker training, right? Mm-hmm. Or as they like to call it, spot sex trafficking victims.
Right.
A new company has jumped on the bandwagon with that. Uber is now teaching their drivers that if a woman is traveling alone and she's dressed, provocatively, or she's got a lot of money, or she doesn't want to talk to them and seems nervous, they're meant to treat it as a possible sex trafficking suspect and then get the cops involved and all that. So you're telling me that a woman doesn't want to talk to a total fucking stranger in an Uber. Oh, she must be a victim of sex trafficking. This is going to cause so much harassment. I'm just saying switch to Lyft. Everybody just move your ass over to Lyft because
I have a
Uber
story.
is just gonna harass the shit out of you.
Yeah, okay. Let me give you guys a why this shouldn't be a thing story.
It's just open season on harassing women traveling on their own.
Yeah, okay, so I do travel on my own for what I do outside of this. I model, and when I'm traveling, I don't make it known where I'm going, when I'm going, and who I'm going with. It's all my private information. But sometimes I have to take Uber or Lyft or whatever. And I, one time, was on my way back to the hotel, and an Uber driver picked me up and essentially, avoided my turn 4 times to get to my hotel. Was clearly missing the turn, but asking me a bunch of awkward questions. Was I there alone? Was I single?
See, okay, I'm just gonna let you Uber drivers that may be listeners know right now. If you do that with me in an Uber, I will stab you. I will straight up stab you. I'll just come out from the back seat and put a knife in your fucking throat. I will do it.
So
don't play with me.
No, and here's the thing. I am exactly like her in that it takes me longer to get there, but by turn 4, where I could see where I was supposed to be and it was still being avoided, and I was now he made a turn onto a dark road, and I was like, what the fuck? And when I asked him, and I asked him a direct question about why we were there, and he was like, well, I'm just trying to get to know you better. And I was like, hold on a second. And I was like, no. I was like, first of all, I was like, if you don't take me to my hotel right now, I was like, do not mistake me for the kind of bitch that will not put you into pieces. By the time the cops here, I'll explain it. I was I don't fucking care. I was like, I am not the type of bitch you're gonna put in your trunk and call about later. No, I'm not her. I was like, let's get that straight. And instead of denying that it really was that way, I was like, dude, you're being creepy as fuck. I feel like you're kidnapping me. Now, if you weren't, you would say something like, oh, I'm fucking sorry. I was avoiding this traffic, which he wasn't. It was the middle of the night. You know, like, but instead he said what I told you, the super creepy shit, which is, well, I'm just trying to get to know you better. Oh, no, we're not. No, we're fucking not. No, we're fucking not. First of all, I pick hotels on purpose that have really good security for this reason. But you can't be too careful. And when I've told this story to other Lyft drivers, they're offended because they're like fathers and good people. And it offends them.
See, Lyft. See?
Yeah.
Lyft versus Uber. Right fucking there.
Uber, you hear story, and this is true, where I came from before I lived down in Florida, out in Texas, I knew a chick who was followed home back to her apartment by a Lyft driver who had a lock picking kit. He came back an hour later trying to open the lock to her apartment. She made a huge post about it on Facebook.
A Lyft driver, man.
No. Uber.
An Uber driver?
It was Uber. Did I say Lyft? I meant Uber.
Lyft, yeah.
I meant Uber. I'm sorry. Sorry, guys.
Well,
I'm
that was
sure
whenever in the Twitter thread where Uber announced this, the whole thread is full of people saying with stories exactly like that and saying, "Why don't you do something about your rapist-ass drivers before you worry about harassing and giving them permission and an excuse to harass women?"
Well, and here's what happened.
What they're doing.
I did report the person that this happened. In fact, I didn't even end that ride. This is what happened. The doors were locked. I was sitting in the back seat, and there was a stoplight, and we were kind of like at a huge intersection. So, and I was in heels. So I pulled my heels off without him seeing. This really happened. And busted out of the car when we were at a stoplight and ran across 6 lanes of traffic to my hotel because I thought it was going to be the last time I ever saw it. And I reported it to Uber, and they said that they were shutting down his system, and here's why. They apparently keep route maps and saw that he avoided the turn. And that apparently was an alternate route that they kept offering, and he never took it.
Yeah.
And so they were like, this is some fishy shit, whatever. And I was like, yeah, I had to run out of the car. And they didn't want to refund me for the fare.
Of course they fucking didn't.
I was like, they did end up doing it. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and lie and say they didn't, but I had to argue with them.
Yeah, but the fact that you had to argue about it.
Yeah, they were like,
they should have just offered that.
Thank you.
At least.
Thank you.
We contacted the police. We'll refund your fucking fee.
Dude. They were like, well, your security is our utmost concern. I was like, I secured myself. I scared the shit out of that man and basically told him the truth. Like, I don't care what the cops come back to. I just care about I'm living through this. They can pick up the details later.
For real.
I have a lawyer for that shit. Sorry, I don't fucking deal here in intricacies of how to fix this for you. I'm worried about living to tomorrow. I've got to shoot in the morning, bitch.
Oh. So, yeah, especially if you're a woman or an ally of women, you might want to avoid
just not
Uber
a
at all
shitty
costs.
person.
Yeah, you might want to avoid Uber at all costs because if you don't feel like being chatty and smiling for the driver, they can just fucking have you arrested.
That's fucking uncomfortable. Have they passed this as a rule now? They have to do this? Oh my God, fuck you, Uber. Bye.
Right.
Bye. Every fucking sex worker in the world right now is going, man, we've got a whole blacklist to start. Like,
oh, they are. They already are. It is definitely, the word is getting around.
But you know, it's gonna affect women like me. Like, I travel alone sometimes. I don't make it public knowledge that I'm traveling alone, but I do. And
Yeah.
I keep
A lot of women do.
well, and I always have like somebody within range of where I am, like somebody who I'm about to die, you know, they could do something. But not all women have that security blanket. So you just made shit really fucking scary for everyone.
Yeah,
Also,
good job,
do
Amber.
background checks better background checks, guys. But
Something.
well, the other thing is that it's only a background check only covers the crimes that people have been convicted of. It's not even what you know. So like that's not even good enough anymore.
No, it's not. I passed all of my background checks, and I straight up just said I would stab you in the neck if you fucking fucked around while you were driving me in my Uber.
She's like, I still stand behind it too. I don't even feel bad.
Oh yeah.
Honestly, if it's me or you,
I've
then
got some more positive kink in the news for you.
really? They're good things?
There are good things, yeah.
Yay.
Okay, there is a Kickstarter video up right now because they are having in Las Vegas the first ever stripper parade and expo, August the 10th through 12th. Oh, my darling Shade Queen, if you could get to Vegas and interview some strippers at the stripper parade, that'd be pretty fucking sick.
I think that's a great idea. I've really
Do you have any
wanted
idea how cool that parade is going to be? That is going to be the most bad. Macy's can suck a dick. I want to see the stripper parade.
I'm going to tell you something about Vegas in August. People are going to be melting their titties to the ground. I went one year and it was so hot that there were actual car tires melting to the ground.
Oh.
That was a real thing. It gets hella fucking hot.
Yeah, but it's fine because they'll be in like very little. So
You're like, the strippers will be hotter. It's fine.
they'll be fine. They'll just be like, oh, thank God I'm finally warm because they always keep the AC in a strip club so fucking cold. Why is that? What? I know why they do it, but
Yeah,
it's still
duh.
Do you want to know what it's like to be a manager of a strip club? Having 20 different women at various times of the night come to you repeatedly and say, it's cold in here. Like for eight solid hours.
Dude.
8 solid hours of it. It's
And
so cold.
At the end, everybody's like, where the pajamas at? All the girls at our place would leave in their fucking pajama bottoms. It was like a thing.
Oh yeah. Hashtag support your local girl gang.
Stripper love.
Another bit of kink in the news. This month's charity pot of cosmetics that Lush is doing all the proceeds go to a sex workers' rights organization.
I love that.
So it's so any of the charity pots that you buy go towards sex workers' rights organizations.
I'm
that
gonna
are
buy that
working
right
to
now.
Keep these dickheads from doing shit like Uber is doing and harassing people just trying to make a living.
Yeah, no, I 100% am behind that. I will now. I'm actually gonna go get that now. I can get it in any store. Yeah. We have a Lush store here.
Oh, I love Lush. It smells so good. It's like you can't walk within a half a mile of it without being drawn to it.
Well, I like that they let you try the products, and they're all. I love their lotions are so. I can't even express it. It's like a wet cloud. I can't even. They're really nice though. Like there's not a residue after with their lotions.
Yes. Yeah.
So
they're nice.
Yeah, they're really, really nice. We really should sell for them.
Right?
Yeah.
And the last bit of kink in the news I have today, another one that's on a lighthearted note today. Do you know anything about the house on Norrison Road in Maple Glen, Pennsylvania?
Was there a murder there?
No, there was not a murder there.
Oh, you
But
said
it's for
happy.
sale.
Fuck. I'm
It's-
not that nice. Everything is so much darker in my mind. What happy shit?
No, it is happy shit. So this house is for sale right now. 5 bedrooms, 2.5 baths, and one of the most pimpin', nice, posh sex dungeons I have ever seen. And the realtors put the pictures of it up with all the rest of the pictures that they had of the house that they were selling.
Nice.
This dungeon is gorgeous.
You're like, it's legit as fuck.
It really, really is.
Send me a link. I wanna see
yeah,
it when you're done.
if you're looking to buy or just want to see pictures of a really kick-ass sex dungeon, I'm sure that Shade Queen here will link this.
I will.
Or you can just look up 1612 Norristown Road, Maple Glen, Pennsylvania, and have a look. I don't know if you can see this, Shade. That's one of the pictures.
God.
It is,
Dude.
I mean, look at this. They are not fucking around.
Oh, they are. Dude, that is legit as shit. How much is that place?
It is.
I want to know the numbers on that one.
I totally backed out of it right as you said that too. Hold on, here we go. Let's see. How much are you going for? $750,000.
That's not that bad.
It's 5,029 square feet, 5
Holy
beds,
shit.
2.5 baths, and an absolutely gorgeous sex dungeon. And the kitchen's nice too. Holy shit. I'm like scrolling through the pictures while I'm talking to you. The whole house is really nice. I'd buy that for $750,000 if I just had $750,000 like sitting around. There's a billiard room.
I heard today something that like really gave me perspective on I should have had like more luck. This is me always glass half full. I found out that Kurt Cobain's daughter gets $100,000 a month from now until forever.
Yeah, that's good though.
I mean think about that. That's like
they've taken the pictures of the sex dungeon off of it. Off of
They
the actual
did?
listing.
Damn.
Yeah, but I will screenshot it. I will put it I will send it to Shade Queen and she will put it on her Instagram.
Yeah.
And you
really
can see
will.
the glory that is the sex dungeon.
Dude, the fucking funniest part about this is they took it down because people had such a reaction to it. It's like, that's such shit.
I know they took it down because they were like, oh fuck. It's gone viral. What do we do?
The other thing is like the people that are selling that house are fucking proud of that shit. They left it there on purpose. They did not. They could have taken it. You know, they could have taken all the stuff out of it and cleared it out. They look like they had that kind of money. Like, but they were like, check out what we do.
Oh.
Good on 'em.
Seriously, that is one of the nicest dungeons I've ever seen.
It really is super legit. It's kind of what I expect like a True Blood dungeon to have looked like because like there's did you ever see that show?
Floors marble?
Yeah, they were marble. That's why I said like there's this like queen in True Blood. It kind of reminded me of her kind of house. The way it was laid out, super nice. And she was sadistic as fuck. My hero. Redhead. Just saying.
Yeah. Well, that was it for Kink in the News.
I love that.
Hope you've all enjoyed it, and we'll see what I can dig up for next week.
I'm really glad that it wasn't as depressing as like sometimes we are. I'm usually depressing, so this was good. This was, you know, finally we see a couple standing behind their kink. That is, dude, for you to be like, I wonder if they ask themselves, what does our realtor think? Like, I would sit there one night over a bottle of wine and be like, the fuck is she gonna say about that room? Is she gonna be like, lots of space to play?
The sub.
Huh?
I said, plot twist, the realtor's the sub.
That would be, that, see, your brain is awesome. The places it can go, I wish I could go there with it.
I'm going to start writing an erotica series about a realtor submissive that, like, they go to all these different properties and make it all pimped out dungeons and like sell them and then move on to the next one as part of their kink.
They're like, this used to be an attic, now it's a sex swing and there's a fucking candling area over there and also spanking horse.
Oh my god, I could make them be house flippers. So they start in a little apartment.
You're like,
They get a house, and then they get a bigger one, and then they get a bigger one.
and then before you know it, they've got the marble floors. Dude, that place.
Oh,
Aw.
poor
Is
Nugget.
Nugget over it?
Yeah. What's the matter?
Should we get to strain of the week?
I think we should. Now, I know last week we told you we're going to be doing Chuck Norris. However, in researching this strain, I still can't find definitive proof that it exists.
Really?
I have found like a couple of little blog posts. That is it. It is not on Leafly. It's not on WikiLeaf. It's not in any of the main, like, I've not seen it on High Times. I mean, none of it. There are 2 blog posts that I found about it, and that is it. So, it's mythical. But I thought, well, we can't do a mythical fucking weed strain.
You know where they grow it?
We don't know. Pardon?
You know where they grow it? Delaware. Only people who have listened to our show the whole time will get that joke.
Oh my god.
But I'm just saying.
So instead of Chuck Norris, we're going to a strain that is more accessible, more of the people, for the people,
attainable,
and supportive of our communities. So that is why today we are talking about Barry Sanders.
Nice.
70% leaning sativa, origin, the United States. Of course. Now, Barry Sanders is a name given to possibly several fruity tasting varieties of cannabis. So, one of the main, most well-documented versions of Barry Sanders is grown in by Michigan-based breeders Moto Rebel as a cross between their own lung candy and blue mountain berry.
That sounds fucking amazing.
Doesn't it? It's got high levels of CBD, so it's really good for pain. You get the relaxing cerebral sort of high, even though it's a 70% sativa leaning. You know, you still have this sort of indica kind of head high type. Well, I mean, sativa is a head high anyway, but like the indica kind. The one that
like
your brain is just calm instead of where you're thinking, whoa, I wonder what moon rocks taste like or something.
I was going to say more recently, normally like sativas trigger me, but here recently they've been like calming me down. I'm like, what the hell?
Really?
Yeah. But I've been able to think more clearly. I'm like, okay. All right, body.
Yeah.
I'll follow your lead.
Yeah. So it's got a
like
bit of a skunky smell, but mainly blueberry.
Okay.
You get the nice, the head warmth.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, you get the nice head warmth with it. You get the munchies, obviously. And you get really focused. So if you think, like, it'd be good for gaming or reading. It's one of those strains that helps you focus and put a lot of thought into the things that you're exposing yourself to at the time. So this is the one that's going to make you overly analyze the movie that you're watching.
This is really interesting. Okay. So it's a cerebral experience more than some other strains where it's like a body high and...
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Obviously, you do get the body relaxation and the it's one of those strains where if you're sitting, then you'll be happy to just sit. Mm-hmm. But once you get up and move around, you're totally fine to move around and do things too. You know?
Yeah, yeah. That's hard. I find that balance hard to make lately. Like finding the right balance of strains that'll work for what I need. Like I've had a lot more body pain over the winter than I normally have. Because everything has been so much more cold.
Yeah. Yeah. But keep in mind with this strain, if you're thinking about it, if you smoke too much of it, like if you smoke a bunch, it will give you the couch melts. where you
Really?
just are on the couch.
Even though
You
it's
will
sativa
get it,
dominant. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. If you smoke too much of it, you got to find that sweet spot of how much you smoke. Because if you smoke a bit more of it than you should, then you will just be Netflix and eating Doritos for like 3 hours.
So okay, so like find your golden hour, so to speak, within the bowl or within the blunt.
Absolutely. So that's it's great for depression. It's a mood elevator. It's good for migraines. It's good for pain. Definitely one for pain usage.
And this one's out of, you said what? Wait, where? Michigan. I knew it wasn't Washington. But Barry Sanders threw me off.
I know.
I wanted to say Washington so bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, we couldn't do Chuck Norris because it was mythical, so I had to find another like celebrity name.
Yeah, but it's like we
make up for it.
Yeah, but we learned so much. Like, I didn't know Chuck Norris wasn't really a strain. It's been pitched to me. Like, a listener basically lied to us.
Well, no, because it could exist. I just can't find any proof that it exists or any legit, like, reviews that I know it's a real review and not just a,
Okay. Show task.
A made-up review. So, dude, whoever recommended or whoever pointed us to that, if you've smoked it, please come on and tell us about it. Because I want to know if it's real or not. Now, it's become a mystery.
Also, if you guys want to be a show slave, your first task is figuring out if this is real and where it really exists. I'm curious. I think it would be fun to have a show slave. There's all sorts of purposes for you.
I'd love to have a show slave. That'd be great.
You guys could apply. We'll decide together as the
and when she says you guys, she doesn't mean that in a gendered way.
No.
Like anyone
males.
can apply.
Yeah.
If you're useful. If you're a good sub.
Yeah.
And you think you'd be a good fit for us, then
really, if you want it to be equal, then you'll probably have to make sure she's involved because I'm leaning towards women. So she'll have to balance the cack. I think that sounds like a great strain. I love the fruity shit.
I do, yeah.
Like right now, what I'm smoking, I'm gonna hold on. What is it?
I wonder if they do a Barry Sanders haze because I bet a Barry Sanders haze would be nice.
So today I'm smoking a sativa haze, and it is like a lemon. It's like super lemon haze. Basically, it's a blend. But it's a CO2 cartridge, so there's no additives. There's just hard cut, like no filler here. Just straight fuck your shit up. I
love it.
Yeah, the THC content is 90%, over 90%, and the CBD content is 0.49. Thank you. Like, just saying. I'm in such a bad mood because of you. That's the thing about sativa. I'm always afraid about sativas because I don't want it to trigger my anxiety. Because I already have a decent amount of energy, but on the days like today where it's overcast and I'm like, wah, wah, I love overcast days, but it does something to my body. So that's like, sativa to the rescue. I need a little fucking cape for this motherfucker. Boom. But so I love your selection as usual. Fuck Chuck Norris this week. There's nothing we could do about you.
Totally. I was originally like, okay, Chuck Norris, we don't know if it exists. Is there a Bruce Lee one? Because I'd be better anyway.
Damn.
I couldn't find one.
I
couldn't find one.
You play
fucking
rough.
true, man. Bruce Lee could have eaten Chuck Norris.
Yeah, he really could have.
He could have kicked his ass with both of his hands tied behind his back with just like the toes on one foot.
He's dead now, right, though? He's dead. Super dead.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He is. He's super dead. He died making a movie just like his son did. It's like a family curse.
Jesus.
Yeah. His son died making The Crow, and he died making, what was the movie he was working on when he made it? It was the one where he had to go up the different levels, and he fought Shaq. He died when he was making that movie.
It was Shaq.
Little cinema trivia for you.
Dude, that is so cool. I wanted you guys to know that if you want to email us directly, you can do that at Daddy Issues Show. It has a Z in issues, so don't miss that. Show is spelled normally. SHOW. You guys can spell show. I have faith in you. You already know how to follow us on Instagram. That's really the best way to stay in touch, though. Like, when we have polls and shit, that's where I post them. And if you have a story or a comment or a question or anything like that, you can submit them there.
Yeah.
And we will read them. You ready to go? Oh, what were you?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So I think this is as good a time as any to say, please send us money at paypal.me/tiptheladies. If you haven't done that, you can always review us on your favorite podcast app and or on iTunes. Write a review. Nobody has done this yet. Nobody is brave enough to like literally just bitch us out on iTunes. I don't care. I just want the 5-star rating. Although I did find out, not that it matters for us, but like I did find out apparently Apple Podcasts will bring your rating down if what is said about you is negative. So
really?
Yes. So like
That's
you guys are
funny.
overstepping. If they give us a 5-star rating and they just talk shit, like why is that taking down our overall? Come on. What is this, a curve? But anyway, we love you. We will see you next time. She's balls deep in her apricots. Fucking, how do you say it?
Delicious. Apricots.
Apricots. Enjoy your apricots, bitches. Thank you for joining us on Daddy Issues. If you enjoy the show, rate us wherever you're listening to us. And if you'd like to show your appreciation, you can do so at paypal.me/tiptheladies. If neither of those work for you, share us with a friend. I mean, after all, we're everybody's guilty pleasure. Click, play, obsess.